It's time now for our Carolina Sporting Arms Ask the Expert. Donald, good to see you again, man.
Nice to see you, Jay.
Tell me something I've always wondered. I've bought tons and tons of shells my whole life. Never really looked at the top. 8-shot, 6-shot, 20 gauge, 12 gauge. Tell us a little bit about the difference between the shot and the gauges.
Well, you got, in this country, you've got 12, 16, 20, 28, and 14 gauges. That basically is the diameter of the barrel, and its relativity is how much shot can be pushed through it. But when you come into a shop like Carolina Sporting Arms and look at the top of the box of shotgun shells, obviously you're going to pick the appropriate gauge for your shotgun.
Right.
Over beside that is going to be a dram equivalent, which is an old English form of measuring the powder. It's a baseline. We don't necessarily use that measurement in this country, but it's a baseline to give you relatively one load to another. 2 3/4 to about 3 or 3 1/8 is about as much as you'll see in this country. Next step over in this case is a 1 1/8 ounce of shot. That's literally the weight of the shot that's inside the wad, the lead or the steel or whatever it may be. And then most importantly for most guys is the shot size, and that's basically a number referencing the diameter of the pellet that you're shooting. And the way that's works is the bigger the number, the smaller the pellet.
Okay. Does that mean they can put more in the shell?
Yes.
So somebody dove hunting, they'd want 8-shot for the most part?
Typically you want 8,
Average
9, 7.5, 8, 9. 7.5 and 8 is what we sell the most of. The weight of it will be the same despite the size. You just get more or less pellets depending on the size of the pellet that you're using.
Are target shooting, say, skeet, sporting clays, is that the same type of shell you'd want to shoot dove with? It
can work very good. Most guys will buy, right before skeet dove season, they'll buy a case of shells and they'll warm up that morning and then go out that afternoon using the same loads and shoot doves.
Tell us a little bit about buckshot.
Buckshot is typically used for big game, hogs in the low country, deer most anywhere, and in a lot of cases for us is defensive. Law enforcement uses a double-aught buck, which is again a reference of the size of shot, and to put that in a caliber, double-aught buck actually measures out at about 33 caliber, I think it is. So, and in the case of a 2 3/4 inch double-aught buck, you get 9 pellets in that shell.
Right.
So
they're just bigger.
They're bigger than the shot you would use for dove or ducks or any of your upland game.
How about steel shot?
Steel shot is basically a shot and its composition, steel instead of lead or non-toxic. And it's required by U.S. Fish and Game for shooting anything that's a migratory bird, like a waterfowl, I should say.
Donald, appreciate your time.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.